Hey, welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot Let's Play right now on part 10 or part 2 of the gem collecting, where we're going to be starting things off by going into the generator room. Now the generator room is just like the high road and the lab, where we don't need a colored gem in order to get the gem in this stage, but unfortunately during the regular Let's Play I ended up dying and I couldn't get the gem, and unfortunately I can't skip this level. I have to show you this level because there's no clear gem in this stage. We actually get the orange gem for getting all the boxes in the stage, and the orange gem is the last color gem we need before we have all the color gems, and we don't have to worry about me backtracking to stages we've already played just because I died. This is the last stage I'm going to show you before I show you all new content. Well, technically it's not new content, like we're still going back to old stages to get those gems, but at least I'm going to be showing you what the colored gems do and where the colored gems take you in order to get the remaining boxes that we couldn't get before. So, the generator room. Apparently some people have had like some nightmarish memories with this game, saying that it was too scary for them while they were playing it as a kid, and it just scared them half to death. It was just a very scary experience for them. And I gotta be honest, like, I've never looked at the generator room level and thought that it would be scary. I guess it's a dark environment and the music could be a little creepy, and of course Cortex's face is all sorts of fucked up, so if you're a kid looking at that you might be afraid. Which is, it's weird because, like, as for me, I've never had an issue with this level. Even when I was a little kid, I never thought this level would be scary. Which is surprising because, I'll be honest, I'm a total pussy when it comes to horror. Like, I'll rarely watch a horror movie or play a scary game. So, for someone to say that they were scared of this stage, and for me to be surprised about that, I don't know. I don't know why I never thought this was scary. I thought it was more funny with Cortex's face than anything. Plus, I was just focused on getting through the stage, because as a kid, I was a pretty hardcore gamer back then as well. Trying to beat everything and anything I could get my hands on. Any game that I got as a kid, I just instantly had to complete. And I just plowed through those games like it was nothing. I actually think I was a better gamer as a kid than I am now. I'll be honest, like, I've been playing some other games, and I don't remember having this much trouble with some games that I'm playing. And I guess you lose some of your gaming skill the older you get. Honestly, I thought I was at like my gaming peak right now because, you know, as a gamer who plays a lot of different games, I hardly find myself having like super trouble with a game in particular. But going back and playing the old games, the PS1 games, the Super Nintendo games that I played as a kid, I am really having some tough times with these levels, to the point where I'm getting like really frustrated, and I just don't understand why I'm doing so bad. But going back on the topic of the generator room being scary, me personally, I find nothing about the stage to be even remotely scary. Even as a kid, it didn't faze me at all. But I kind of see why the music could be creepy. Me, I find that the music is more atmospheric, you know, like the environment and the music just mesh well together. But I'll tell you one thing that is pretty fucked up and pretty scary, is listening to the generator room music backwards. There's actually a person on YouTube who uploaded this music in reverse, and with all songs, when you play it in reverse, something is bound to happen that is pretty weird, or it sounds pretty creepy. But the entire generator room music just sounds fucking demonic. Just sounds like it comes straight from hell. And I would recommend watching, just listening to it, just for curiosity's sake, unless you're one of those lighthearted guys that just gets scared from anything. And, you know, I was once that type of person too, and I don't know what got me more resilient to that type of stuff. I guess it just comes with age. But I just give it a listen, because it is pretty crazy to think that something like the generator room, something that is an E-rated game, could have like a messed up, just complete turnaround when just playing it in reverse. But anyway, we got the orange gem from collecting all the boxes in the generator room, and now we're going to be moving on to Cortex Power, which, in my opinion, is in the top 3 hardest stages in the game to get gems in. If I had to give like a ranking from 1 to 3, first would be Fumbling in the Dark, which we haven't played yet, and I'm seriously not looking forward to it. 2 would be Cortex Power, and 3, Slippery Climb. Slippery Climb is a long endurance test and does test your platforming skills. But the reason I rank Cortex Power above Slippery Climb is the simple fact that there are multiple pathways in this level. And all these pathways have their own separate boxes that you need to go and destroy in order to get the gem. So you're going to be finding yourself going forwards and backwards and forwards again. And the main problem here is that these pathways, as you can see, aren't just your old run-of-the-mill, simple, I don't give a fuck pathways. There are plenty of hazards that you have to get by. There's hot pipes, there's sparks going back and forth, and there's nuclear waste that you have to jump over. So going forward, it's not that hard to see what's coming up, but going backwards is where the real challenge begins, because the camera doesn't turn with you, so you can't really see what you're going up against when you're going back through these pathways. So this is why this stage is so difficult to get the gem, because one slip up and you're screwed and you have to do a relatively long stage over again, which is really frustrating because there's so many things that can kill you in this stage. It's so simple to die, and yet there's so many things you have to avoid in one go. It's pretty ridiculous. But anyway, here's the blue gem platform that we have to ride in order to get this Aku Aku crate, and then there's more crates up ahead that make a bridge so that you can go over this long stretch of nuclear waste. And I actually get hit quite a few times here. I lose all my Aku Aku masks, so you can see that this isn't a very easy level to traverse in. And now I have no Aku Aku masks, so I have to be really careful and really patient just to make sure that I do not get hit, because I've been in this stage for like 2 minutes already, and I really don't want to have to do this shit over again. So coming up right here is probably the most bullshit part of this whole stage. We have to go backwards through this pathway just to get one box. Just one box. And if you miss this box, well then you have to go through the whole stage again and try and find it. And it's just like that one more test that they're giving you. It's like, okay, you've played this level for like 2 minutes. You've gone through all the shit. You've gotten all the boxes. Now go backwards and try and avoid these hot pipes. And this is a really tight jump, you know, like that. You don't really have a lot of room. And I think if you try and jump both of those pipes, I think you get hit by the second pipe. I'm not 100% sure on that, just because I really don't want to risk trying it, and I really don't have the patience to test things in this game anyway. I just want to get this shit done with, you know? So that's why I rank this the second toughest stage in the game to get a gem in. But thankfully, we're done. We got the gem in Slippery Climb, and we just got the gem for Cortex Power, so from here on out, until we go to Fumbling in the Dark, which I'm going to save for last, these are going to be relatively easy stages, and we're going to get by them with no problem at all. Because we have to go back to Island 2, and then we're just going to make our way all the way back to the second level of the game, which is the Great Gate. And I've already explained that the Great Gate needs the yellow gem, which we got in the last stage of the game, which was the lab. And, ugh, God. Anywho, let's finally go back to Boulder Dash now, and if you recall, Boulder Dash is just one of those levels where you're always running away from a huge boulder that's trying to squish you, and you just gotta traverse through the hallway and avoid certain things that are in your way. It's a relatively simple stage. It's nothing like that's like super difficult. So, yeah, like I said, relatively easy stages, should be no problem at all. And I don't remember if I've explained this back in the regular playthrough, but if you want to get an extra little bit of speed, if you like messed up a bit and you fucked up and you kind of ran into some stuff, maybe you ran into some wooden planks or some boards or whatever, you can actually spin while running, and that gives you a little bit more speed. And if you spin like 2 or 3 times, you know, it gives you like that extra bit of distance that you've lost maybe while hitting something. So that's always a good like scapegoat, just in case you find yourself a little bit too close to the boulder, a little bit too close for comfort. You know, you always have that. And yeah, just avoid these wooden stilts, planks. What are they supposed to be? There's just, I don't even know what this is. Is it just like 3 blocks of wood just nailed together, or is it supposed to represent something? I don't know. I really don't know. Whatever. By the way, what is making these boulders come after us like this anyway? Like, what is there, just some asshole like right on top of us right now just waiting to squish us with those boulders? Because clearly the boulder is standing there perfectly still on its own. Like, what is pushing this thing? Some fucking prick who's racist against bandicoots or something? Or perhaps he's angry that there's not enough Bandicoot porn on the internet to fulfill his fetishes. I was supposed to never speak of Bandicoot porn ever again, so let's just stop it right now. But that dude is a total douchebag. And where are these boulders coming from? Why are they so big and round and perfectly circular? Yeah, it's a video game. Why am I even talking about this shit? It's a video game. It's supposed to be fun. There's supposed to be obstacles you have to get by. You can't really complain about this. But anyway, we've reached the end of the level, and right at the end of the level, there's the purple gem that takes you down to the bottomless pit, where we get a little bit more gameplay. I like this area. It looks pretty neat. All this stuff is neon. There's neon spikes. There's neon mushrooms. Even the piranha plants, they're neon as well. Like you can see right there in the background, the piranha plant is a different color. So I like that. It's, you know, anytime the colored gems are always adding something to the level, it's always welcome, because I would always prefer traversing through a new area and earning the boxes I didn't get last time than for the boxes to just be laying there saying, alright, you can have me now just because you have the gem. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit! You see Cortex's eye right there? First of all, I don't know why Brio and Cortex are there in the first place. I guess there were like some prophecy, like the tribal members did a dance around the fire, threw some smoke in there, and they saw Cortex and Brio's huge forehead in the smoke, and I don't know why Cortex is looking at you with that huge eye. Maybe he's looking at Bandicoot porn. I don't know. I don't know. Moving on. Now we're going to go to Road to Nowhere, which, if you recall, is the first bridge stage that you have to go through, and we need the red gem for this stage because there's actually two parts in this stage where you need the red gem. There's one in the middle of the stage that takes you to, you'll see it when we get there, and then there's one right at the end of the stage which it takes you to another bullshit area, which I don't really like. You know. And I'm actually waiting for those TNT crates. That's one thing I actually really didn't get into, is that the TNT crates, at first I thought that the TNT crates, once you step on them, if you go away, like, they'll blow up, which is true, but they'll blow up, but they won't blow up around other things. You know, it's kind of hard to explain. If the TNT crate is detonating and there are other boxes around it, it will blow up, but if you're too far away from it, it won't blow up the other boxes around it, which is it's so dumb. I just don't even understand it. So throughout the playthrough and throughout these gem collecting stages, I really take my time with the TNT crates because I really don't want to have to go back and do the stage again just because I was too far away from a TNT crate while it blew up and they didn't blow up crates around it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you always got to watch out for that. But anyway, you take the first red gem and it takes you to this temple in the middle of nowhere, and you have a little puzzle. You just follow these simple steps that I'm taking right now and it should be no problem. The one trick is, like, you have to use this one crate to get up here, and there's actually an exclamation box in the middle of all those steel crates that you can't see. So that could mess you up quite a bit because the boxes here are like half invisible. There's no wireframe telling you that they're there at all. So you don't know how many boxes is there at first, which could lead you to missing a few boxes, which, I mean, come on. We've been through this already. Missing boxes while gem collecting is never fun because it pisses you off. Doing the whole stage and them telling you that you have to do the stage again because you missed like one or two boxes, it's never a nice thing to see. So after completing that temple puzzle, whatever, you just continue on with the rest of the stage, and the second red gem is actually right at the end portal. And the thing about what's tricky about this red gem is that you're going up these ice planks, and it's kind of hard to position your jump because, again, you're sliding. It's, you know, you're sliding down, but you're also trying to go up. So when you jump, your momentum just shifts into gear, right? And you pull forward. So you really got to be careful with this jump because you really don't want to go into the platform by accident. See, I'm taking my time here, and the red gem is right here, and it just takes you behind it, and then you're like, what the fuck? What's going on? Then you realize that this game loves to throw invisible shit at you, and they're invisible planks that you have to walk on, and you get these 2 extra life boxes, and there you go. Those are all the boxes in Road to Nowhere. Which is pretty bullshit, I won't lie. I mean, I enjoyed the puzzle. I mean, at least it's a puzzle, right? At least it gave you like a little bit of thought before you earn those boxes, but yeah. You can barely see the red gem in this stage anyway, because the white fog is like, it's a pretty transparent gem, and the white fog just makes it even more transparent. Actually, the first time I played this stage and had the red gem at hand, I didn't even realize that the red gem was to the left of the checkpoint box. The first red gem we got to that led us to the temple. So that was kind of annoying. But anywho, I'll see you guys in part 11 where we'll get all the remaining gems in the first island. See you later.